Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What's the message you get?
You are recording this meeting. Make sure that you let everybody know.
Oh,
Someone started recording.
no, I started. That's me. Okay. So class is
That
getting
is the message we are getting.
someone. Yeah, the privacy. Yeah, they very this forum is total democracy. Okay. So let us see. My dear King Yudhishthira, once upon a time, the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, took his son Prahlad on his lap. So very affectionately inquired, my dear son, please let me know what you think is the best of all the subjects you studied from your teachers. So he's asking Prahlad. Now Prahlad Maharaj has a unique quality. He's very humble, very polite, but he is fearless. He speaks the truth without any fear. So you see that what is going to happen. Shri Prarad Vacha Tatasadhu Manye Asuravarya Dehinam Sada Samudvignadhiyam Sadgraha Hitvat Griya Andakupam Vanam Gato Yadamharivashrayeta. He's saying Shri Prahlad, not Prahlad is saying. Vedavyasa is giving Shri Prahlad. He's respectable for everybody. Shri Prahlad, a great Acharya. Tadasadu Manye. See, Krishna showed he was very great not only because of his instruction. What instruction? See, any sadhu, if you read Prahlad Maharaj's instructions, oh my God, what is he speaking? So beautiful. But common man cannot understand. Therefore, Krishna creates a pastime where so-called attempt to kill him is there and he keeps protecting. So, for common man can understand Prahlad Maharaj is very, very great. For those who are sadhus, they can read this and say, oh my God, look at his knowledge. He says, when father says, so Prahlad Maharaj said, Tadasadu manye asura varyadehin. Oh, best of the asuras. Look at his courage. He's telling father, not father. Oh, best of the asuras. And he's happy hearing, oh, yes, I am best of the asuras. Tadasadu manye. That is the best thing in my opinion. Sadhu is also an adjective. Good. Ye to sadhu hai. Sada samudvana asurivarya. Dehina, for the people who are trapped in the metal body. Dehinaha. Bhagavad Gita, Dehunasmin yata Dehina. Dehina sada samudvigna. They are always in anxiety. Sada means always. Samudvigna is anxiety. Why? Dhyam asat grahat. Because they are trying to make their permanent settlement in a temporary place. Asat grahat. Their house is in a temporary place. The metal world is temporary and people are trying to settle down there. Therefore, everybody is in anxiety here because this world is temporary. Any moment, anybody will die here. Therefore, everybody is in anxiety. Even though they know it's a temporary place, they want to stay here permanently. That's why they're all in anxiety. Look at his 5-year-old child's wisdom. People at old age also cannot get this wisdom. He's saying everybody is in anxiety here because they're trying to make a permanent settlement in a temporary place. Hitva Atma Patam. They have given up the culture of self-purification. Atma Patam. Griya Andakupam. They jumped into the blind well. Suppose you jump into a well without any water, what happens? You break your legs and simply cry. Griya Andakupam. Vanam Gato. Vanam Gato means he is telling his father, I have one request, my father. Please go to forest and take shelter of Hari. That is the best thing I have learned in my Gurukul. What happens? Hiranyakashipu is very happy. Why Hiranyakashipu is always angry when he hears the name of Vishnu? Anybody knows?
Prabhuji, because his brother in Varahavatara, he killed, no? That is why. Mahavishnu killed Hiranyaksha. That's why.
Very. Yes. He's a demon anyway. Demon never likes Vishnu. As if before brother was killed, he loved Vishnu. No, demons mean they don't like. That's why they're called demon. Vishnu Bhakta Bhavai Deva Asura Tat Viparyaha. That's a definition given in Padma Purana. Vishnu Bhakta Bhavai Deva. The devotees of Vishnu are Devatas. Asura Tat Viparyaha. And Asuras who are not devotees of Vishnu are called Asuras. So he's anyway not, but now he has taken a personal grudge now because he killed his brother. His animosity has only increased. So imagine his son has the courage to say, Hari Mahashreta, take shelter of Hari, my father. So what will happen? Hiranyakashipu is very happy or very angry? What everybody expects. He'll become angry.
Very angry.
Even today it is like that. Suppose the child goes to school and we also teach them Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They go home. Papa, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What the parents do? Call principal. ये क्या बकवास सिखा रहे मेरे बच्चे को? Today also small Hiranyakashipu only. Small, small. ये क्या है ये सब? बुढ़ापे में करना है सब. Narad Muni continued. When Prahlad Maharaj spoke about the path of self-reliance, devotion, service, thus being faithful to the camp of the father's enemy. Correct? You can see faithful to the camp of the father's enemies. Yeah, because same reason. Hiranyaksha, which is father's enemies. Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demon, heard Prahlad the word and started laughing. ये क्या बोल रहा है इसको? इस बच्चे का दिमाग किसने खराब कर दिया? He doesn't take it very seriously at the first instance. What Prahlad Maharaj spoke was for the welfare of his father. My dear father, take shelter of Hari. Hari Mahashrayata. But Hiranyakashipu told his assistant, my dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukul, so that his intelligence is not further influenced the Vaishnavas who may go there in disguise. Some Vaishnavas may go as spies and looks like they're spoiling his intelligence. थोड़ा इसका ध्यान रखना बच्चे का. That's not. This time he doesn't take strict action. He leaves the child. And then these people take him to the Gurukul and they start torturing him. Bata, किसने बताया तेरे को? Tell me, who told you all this? He is sitting silent. He's silent. He doesn't. Then finally he gets fed up. He says, my dear teachers, as iron is attracted to a magnetic stone, moves automatically towards the magnet. My consciousness being changed by his will, by the mercy of Krishna, is attracted by Lord Vishnu who carries the disc in his hand. I have no independence. I have no independence. Shanda and Amarka, the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj, chastised them in various ways, and the 6 months they brainwashed him. After some time, they thought Prahlad Maharaj there. Because Prahlad Maharaj, any intelligent person becomes silent when fools are talking. He was silent. And they were eating. They said, oh, we have to learn how to kill our enemies. They were teaching all politics to him. He is not interested in all those enemy and friend words. He's always wishing well for everybody. He's a saint. So he hears everything. Kachara, dividing, ruling, all that things he hears. Then one day after Prahlad Maharaj's mother weighed the boy, dressed him very nicely with ornaments. He's only 5-year-old boy. They again bring him in front of the father, dressed, ornamented and brainwashed for 6 months. He's not brainwashed, he's just silent, that's all. It doesn't say yes or no, just keep hearing whatever they say. Then again, they put him on the lap of Hiranyakashipu and see what happens. When Hiranyakashipu saw the child had fallen at his feet, so Prahlad Maharaj was fully doing his duty. See, if you see the narration, you can always find Prahlad Maharaj is totally faultless everywhere. Not that, just because he's knowledgeable, it's not that he's not respecting his father. It's all respect for his father. He's offering obeisance as an affectionate father. He immediately began showering blessings upon the child and embraced him with him both arms. The father naturally feels happy to embrace him, and Hiranyakashipu became very happy in this way. Narad Muni continued, my dear king Yudhishthira, Hiranyakashipu seated Prahlad Maharaj on his lap and began smelling his head. With affectionate tears gliding down from his eyes and moistening the child's smiling face, he spoke to his son as follows. Why is Prahlad Maharaj smiling? Maybe because his father is always drunk, maybe stinking. What is this fellow? He's always drunk. Hiranyakashipu is always drunk, angry, and Prahlad Maharaj is always saintly. You see how beautiful he's looking, so beautiful. Prahlad, he is a saint among the saints, a jewel, even though he's a small boy. Okay, let us see what happens now. Hiranyakashipu, my dear Prahlad, my dear son, O long-lived one. He's blessing him, and within 1 minute later, you say, kill him. Oh, long-lived one. For so much time, you heard so many things from your teacher. 6 months, they brainwash your head. Now tell me, what do you think is the best of that knowledge? You heard so many things. What is the best thing you learned? Now look at the shock now he's getting. Shri Praharadu Vacha, Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu, Maktis Chayanava Lakshana, Create Bhagavati Adda Tanmani Aditam Uttamam. Beautiful verse. This is recorded by all the acharyas at an authority of Prahlad Maharaj. He's a guru for everybody. He said there are 9 ways we can serve Vishnu. Shravanam, by hearing about him. Kirtanam, by chanting about him. Smaranam, by thinking about him. Padasevanam, doing seva to his lotus feet. Archana, by worshipping him. Vandanam, by offering prayers to him. Dasyam, doing service, accepting ourselves as a servant and doing any service. Sakyam, becoming his friend. Atma Nivedanam, completely surrendering ourselves to the Lord. This is the Navavidha Bhakti. And 9 people showed perfection in the 9 different ways. And Prahlad Maharaj showed perfection in Smarana. Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhaktis Che Navalakshana Kriyeta Bhagavati Adya Tanmanya. He said this is what we should be doing. Okay, so this is answer. So what do you think now happened to Hiranyakashipu? He became very happy or sad after hearing this? Very angry. Now this time his anger will be very strong. Okay. See, he should be so proud. If your son speaks like this, you should be so proud. What a knowledgeable boy I got. Krishna is so kind to me. After hearing these words of devotion service from the mouth of his son Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry. His lips trembling, he spoke as follows to Shanda and the son of Shanda, the son of the Guru Shukracharya. And now he's scolding the Brahmana. Actually, Kshatriya should never scold a Brahmana, but here he is a paid Brahmana, useless fellow. If a Brahmana takes salary, he is good for nothing. O unqualified, most heinous son of a Brahmana, you have disobeyed my order and taken shelter of the party of my enemies. You have taught this poor boy about devotion service. What is this nonsense? Now, okay, we are seeing Hiranyakashipu says like that. Don't you think many parents will say the same thing today? What do you say? ये क्या बकवास कर रहे हो? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The son of the Shukracharya, Hiranyakashipu, spiritual master, said, "O enemy of King Indra, O king, whatever your son has said was not taught to him by me or anyone else. His spontaneous devotion with that naturally developed in him. Therefore, please give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse us." It is not good to insult a Brahmana in this way. Don't insult a Brahmana, he's saying. But he is speaking very feebly. He has no courage to leave the service. A Brahmana is insulted by a Kshatriya, he should walk out. But he has no courage because he is working for salary. He is a useless fellow, not qualified Brahmana, simply salary Brahmana. Okay. There, see, Brahmana means he should be very happy when somebody is speaking like this. He is totally compromised. He is just paid servant of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, when he comes to know that this boy has not taught, but he is himself a devotee, now he is going to throw him out from the throne. What is happening now will happen now. Picture. Will throw him from his lap. Hey, bakwas. So sad. Sorry. So Hiranyakashipu becomes angry and looks at Prahlad, throws him from his lap. You nonsense, rascal. From where you learned all this nonsense? Who taught you this rubbish? Harima Shreyata. These 9 ways to serve Vishnu. Last time you told me the nonsense, I left you, and again you are eating my head. Harima Shreyata, Harima Shreyata. See, imagine how can somebody do that now? Such a beautiful child. His eyes are full of love of Krishna. And he throws him. Because he's drunk, he can't see the reality. Some mistake is there in my animation. Oh, on click, therefore. Now it's okay. Discussion with Hiranyakashipu Prahlad. Now, Srila Prahlad Maharaj says what to reply to this thing. He does not reply to who taught him this, because then he will simply try to torture Narada. He cannot torture Narada. Nobody can touch him. He's another great devotee like Prahlad. But he simply doesn't want to create disturbance. He's silent. He thinks for a while. Then he instructs his father again. Fearless. One thing you'll notice throughout Prahlad Maharaj, totally fearless. But all etiquettes are there. But knowledge is fresh and bright. Matirna Krishne parato satova midopi padyet grahavartana adant gobhi vishatam tamishram puna charvita charvanana. Says, my dear father, you are asking me how I became Krishna conscious. You can never become Krishna conscious. Forget about me. Why? Mati, Krishna Mati, you will not get. Even if other people try, parata, sata, you try, mitu. Even though others try, you try, there is a combined effort, my dear father, you will never become Krishna conscious. Why? Abhipadyat graha, you have taken an oath to become happy by sense gratification. Adanta gobi, my dear father, can't you see this? Your senses are totally uncontrolled. Vishatam tamishram, you are entering more and more, always you're drunk and enjoying all, whatever things I can't even mention. Can't you see your senses are uncontrolled? Vishatam, you are entering darkness. And what are you doing? Chewing the chewed? Punaha charvita charvanana. We try to enjoy in one particular way, we get disgusted. Again, next day, same thing. Just like I give example of a sugarcane juice wala. What he does, he folds the sugarcane 20 times, small, 1, 2, 1, 8, 12. Then again he puts in the grinding wheel and then no drops of sugarcane juice come. Then he becomes frustrated, correct? And he throws it. And you go as an idiot there and free you want to have sugarcane juice. What do? You take the pulp and then nothing is there. You throw it. And after half an hour, come back again try. And what will he say? You already tried last time. Now why are you trying again? So similarly, we are trying sense enjoyment. There is nothing in it. There is no enjoyment, but we don't give it up. Puna charvita charvanana. Very beautiful statement. It is very famous statement. You're chewing what you already chewed many times. What are lines, what the shlokas, and they are quoted by all the acharyas. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu, durashaya ye bahi arthamanina, andhayatande upiniyamana, devi shitanta murudam nibadda. Nate vidu, they don't know. Swartha gatim hi Vishnu, the real selfishness is Vishnu. Durashaya ye bahi arthamanina. They are hoping against hope to become happy. Okay, Nate vidu. Nate vidu means they don't know. Swarth gati mi Vishnu, my real selfishness. Everybody is selfish. You want to be selfish, catch Vishnu. That is your interest. Nate vidu swarth gati mi Vishnu, or real interest is Vishnu. Durashaya ye bahi arthamanina. People are giving so much hope that they'll become happy by sense enjoyment. Andha yathanda upaniyamana. People have become blind. Andha yathanda upaniyana. They become blind. And they are following blind leaders. Andha yatha andai upanimana. They are blind and they are following blind leaders. Where they will go, they'll all fall into ditch. Tepi ishitam te urudam nibada. Uru means rope. They're all tightly bound by the laws of material nature. This is the condition of this world. So if now looks, everybody is bound by the laws of material nature, following the blind person and falling into a ditch, hoping against hope, durashaya, to become happy by sense gratification. And they don't know their real self-interest to Vishnu. They cannot become Krishna conscious because, they have made a determination to enjoy their senses, and they're entering darkness. Senses are totally uncontrolled. So 2 shlokas show the condition of a normal man like me. So now Prahlad Maharaj gives a solution. He says, Naisha matistavad urukramangri. Angri means the lotus feet. He said, my dear father, take the dust of the lotus feet of a great acharya like Narada. Mahiyasham pada rajo abhishekam. Do abhisheka of the dust of the lotus feet of great saint like Narada, and you will be delivered. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj says to his father. Now what do you think Hiranyakashipu will do? Very happy now? His anger becomes too much. After Prahlad Maharaj has spoken in that way and becomes silent, Hiranyakashipu, blinded by anger, threw him off the lap into the ground. Bakwas. Indignant and angry, his reddish eyes like molten copper, Hiranyakashipu said to servant, "Oh, demons, take this boy away from me. He deserves to be killed. Kill him as soon as possible. Kill him." He gives order for, imagine, death penalty. Small, beautiful child like this. Only if he's Prahlad is speaking for his benefit, but fearlessly. Speaking fearlessly. And they try to kill him like this. He never gets angry at his father. So imagine what a beautiful saint he is. Peacefully meditating on the Lord. His smarana was 24 hours, not 1 second he'll forget the Lord. That is the perfection of Prahlad. They try to bring big weapons to attack him. They can't touch him. They throw him in a pit of snakes. No use. They can't do anything. The snakes can't touch him. They tried to crush him by an elephant. They can't do anything. They tried everything you can know. What are the other ways they tried? Anybody knows?
From the hill.
Throwing from mountain.
Yes, then mountain they tried to throw him. No use. Krishna protected. Then what they did? They tried to
Giving poison.
Try to burn him in fire.
Holika instance. The Holika
correct.
had a blessing that she cannot be burned by fire, and she held Prahlad Maharaj and entered fire. She got burned. Nothing happened to Prahlad. Everybody was shocked. He lost his sister in that stupid attempt. And then
Dark room,
Throw it to ocean.
putting him in dark room.
yeah, whatever they tried, they threw him in ocean, below elephants, or from the mountain. Nothing they could do. They gave mother. They told his mother to give him poison, also, glass of poison. Kayadu, they told, make him drink, force him to drink. So Kayadu was crying, why you are asking me? Forced, give poison. And they gave poison. Prahlad Maharaj said, my Lord Vishnu, please accept. It became prasadam, nothing happened. He was drinking like juice. Nothing happened. It was totally protected by the Lord. Nothing could be done. Can you just imagine? So that was a shock for Hiranyakashipu. So nothing could be done. So what happened? All the boys, the Shanda and Avarka, the teachers, paid teachers, so-called Brahmanas, good for nothing, useless Brahmanas. A Brahmana should know what is what. They are just paid people. So they are supporting Hiranyakashipu. Just imagine, if they are Brahmana, they should support Prahlad. Useless Brahmanas, Kalyuga Brahmanas. So they come to Hiranyakashipu and say, oh, what to do? Don't be so upset, because Hiranyakashipu became frustrated. What to do? Can't kill this small child. So all servants said, we tried everything, nothing is possible. Then Hiranyakashipu got frightened actually. My God, this guy is so powerful. Small kid. He became very, sad. I got so much blessings of Brahma, but I can't do anything. So then at that time, they came and said, see, why you are angry? Small kid, he speaks something, he's not doing anything. No? He speaks some nonsense. Don't worry, he will grow up, he will change. And then, our Shukracharya will come anytime. He is very powerful, he'll convince him. Don't worry. So they said, okay, Hiranyakashipu said, anyway, okay, let him go, take him to Gurukul and start to brainwash him more. Third attempt you make. So again, they take him to the Gurukul and they're brainwashing him. But now Prahlad Maharaj does something more. When the teachers go home to attend to their household affairs, the students the same age and Prahlad would call him to take opportunity of leisure hours to play there. Every college, school has some leisure hours, tiffin hours, some hours in between. And he's staying in Gurukul, so there is time with the boys. And Prahlad Maharaj, truly the supreme learned person, then addressed his class friends in a very sweet language. So Prahlad Maharaj was the center of attraction because he was very beautiful by his features, was very handsome. Number two, he was the son of the king. And number three, he was very well behaved. Everybody gets attracted to any good person. Smiling, he began to teach them about uselessness of the materialistic way of life. Being very kind to them, he instructed them as follows. My dear King Yudhishthira, this Narada is narrating, all the children are very much affectionate and respectful to Prahlad Maharaj. And because their tender age, they were not so polluted by instruction and actions of their teacher, who were attached to the condemned duality in bodily comfort. So the boys surrounded Prahlad Maharaj, giving up their plaything and sat down to hear him. Their hearts and eyes being fixed upon him, they looked at him with great earnestness. Prahlad Maharaj, although born in a demon family, was an exalted devotee, and he desired their welfare. Thus he began instructing them about the futility of materialistic life. Here is Prahlad. Look at him, our hero, Bhakta Prahlad. He is speaking Krishna consciousness, smiling, and all the boys, their eyes are at him. This is just a representation picture. He converted all the Daitya's sons to devotees by his instruction. Now, the instructions are also given by Vedavyasa, what he told them.
Why it was referred to Maharaj Yudhishthira Prabhu?
Well, Narada is telling to Yudhishthira, no? The pastime is in Maharaj Yudhishthira actually had a question to Narada. In answer to those questions, these instructions were given. Okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
Some other time I'll tell you. He had some question. The question was, why is Krishna partial? So then Narad Muni said he's never partial. And then he explained various pastimes to explain. So this pastime is coming in part of a huge context with the Bhagavatam in the 7th canto. Shri Prahlad Vacha Kaumaramachareth Pragno Dharaman Bhagavatanya Dullabam Manusham Janma Tadapi Adruvam Arthadam. As the Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram, right in childhood we should begin the devotion service. Why? Kaumaram, not that we wait. Many people think spiritual life we do at old age. Children So many children are telling him, Prahlad, this is the age for spiritual discussion. We'll do in old age, no? Now we'll play, no? Come, we'll play some, some game, this game, that. He said, what? Forget it. Right in childhood we should begin. There was one preacher who was telling me he was entering one place. And when he was entering, he was to a school to give a class. So immediately what happened? One lady commented on another person. At this small age, children is spoiling their head. Correct? So, in old age, maybe this should be taught. So that person went to the class and he told people, see, all of you, you take vaccination of children, take vaccination old age. So immediately what principal came, why you're teaching nonsense? So that's what you're telling, that this instruction should turn old age, when whole life you live foolishly, then you want to know what is wrong, what is right. In fact, our ahankara will not allow you. Suppose Whole life you don't take care of instruction of Gita, Bhagavatam, and you lead your life. In the old days, suppose somebody tells you that whatever you have learned is wrong, whatever you did is sinful, would you like to hear that? Because old people are very fond of this. 1922, I did this. 1948, I did. They will tell by age and date also. I did this, then I did this. You tell him whatever you did is nonsense. He will not like to hear. So why not have proper knowledge now, so that whole my life I lead my life properly, isn't it? It's reasonable, logical. But people are so foolish, they want spiritual knowledge in old age. In old age, you can accelerate, but study should become as early as possible. Take a Bhagavad Dharma. And who is a guarantee that who will die old? We can die at any time. If you say old means who's about to die, then everybody is old, because all of us are about to die any moment. So, Kaumaram Acharet Pragno, so childhood only we should begin the spiritual knowledge. Dharman Bhagavad, this Bhagavad Dharma should begin right in childhood. Why? Dullabham Manusham Janma. Human life is very, very rare. Tadapi Adurma, even though it's temporary, it is very, very valuable. The human form of life affords one the chance to return home back to God. Therefore, every living entity, especially in the human form of life, must engage in devotion with the lotus feet of the Lord. In natural, continuous teaching is most, because the Lord is most beloved, the master of the soul and well-wisher of all the living entities. He said this bhakti to Krishna is natural, that natural activity of soul. So it should not be, everybody please take to it, you'll feel very happy about it. If you chant Hare Krishna, you'll become happy. He's telling them. He said, don't work, my dear Daityara sons, for sense gratification. They result only in loss of time and energy with no actual profit. All endeavor should be directed towards Krishna consciousness. Then definitely when achieve spiritual platform, there is no benefit in engaging once in economic development that mostly people are bothered about. Therefore, while in material existence, person fully competent to distinguish wrong from right, but endeavor to achieve the highest goal of life as long as body is stout and strong and is not embarrassed by dwelling. He explained to them, see, we have 100 years of life average. First 20 years of the life, it goes into playful activities, silly activities. Last 20 years, nobody becomes serious unless he's crossed 20. That's the general experience for anybody, except if he's like Prahlad. Last 20 years also people are invalid. They can't do anything. Remains is only 60 years. Half of the time he says we sleep, remaining 30 years. And that time we are busy with all materialistic pursuits. So hardly anybody gives time for valuable spiritual life. So as long as body is stout and strong, not embarrassed by dwindling, we should engage in service to the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, if you can place faith in my word, he said, just believe me. You can understand spiritual knowledge, although you are small children. Similarly, anybody can understand spiritual knowledge, child, woman, or anything. Therefore, my dear friends, okay, I'll continue. Therefore, my dear young friend, born of demons, please act in such a way the Supreme Lord, who is beyond the conception of material knowledge, will be satisfied. Give up your demonic nature and act without enmity or duality. Show mercy to all the living entities by enlightening them in devotion service, thus becoming their well-wishers. He said, do that. Okay. Give up your demonic mentality. Be merciful to everybody. See, beautiful instruction. And work in such a way the Supreme Lord is satisfied. I received the knowledge from Saint Narada, who is always engaged in devotion. Narada Muni taught him when he was the whom I showed you yesterday. The knowledge which is called Bhagavad Dharma is fully scientific, based on logic, philosophy, free from any mental contamination. The real problem of life is the repetition of birth and death. He's teaching them this knowledge, which is like a wheel rolling up and down. This wheel, however, is completely stops when we chant Hare Krishna, when we come in touch with the Supreme Personality Godhead. In other words, by transcendental bliss, relies on constant engagement in devotion service, one is completely liberated from material existence. All learned men know this. Therefore, my dear friend, O sons of Asuras, immediately begin meditating upon and worshipping the super soul within everyone's heart. O my friends, sons of the Asuras, Supreme Personality Godhead is the super soul feature, always exists within the core of the heart of all living entities. Indeed, he is well-wisher and friend of all living entities, and there is no difficulty in worshipping the Lord, because God is your best friend. Why then should people not engage in his devotion service? Why are they so addicted to unnecessarily producing artificial paraphernalia for sense gratification? Why are people wasting their time in this way? Narada Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instruction of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instruction given by the teachers Shanda and Amarka. So he won the heart of the youngsters more than the teachers. Today also same thing happens. Teacher teaches something, friends teach something, and friends win. But then friends generally teach nonsense, how to smoke, how to drink. That's what they teach. Correct? Isn't that happened in college also? No teacher teaches all these things. Friends teach all these things. But Prahlad Maharaj also taught they accepted. But then Prahlad Maharaj taught them beautiful thing. And then all started Nama Sankirtana. Can you see that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So they were sons of the Daityas, but they were very happy. And then again Hiranyakashipu comes into picture. Because what happens, Shanda and Avarka inform him that what has happened, that this your son has made everybody devotee in Gurukul. This boy is so dangerous. When Hiranyakashipu, they approached the king and explained the entire situation as it was. When they observed that all the sons of the Daityas becoming advanced at Krishna consciousness and they're dancing in Kirtana Prahlad Maharaj, they became afraid. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry. So much so that his body trembled in anger. That they finally decided to kill his son Prahlad. Till now, he had not tried to kill. He had told his servants to kill. Now he is Hiranyakashipu with all the powers given to Brahma. He wants to use his powers and kill Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was by nature very cruel. He was always drunk. All bad habits were there. Daitya. And feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake trampled by someone's foot. He started. His son Prahlad was peaceful, mind and gentle. He was standing like this in front of father. His senses under control. He stood before Hiranyakashipu's folded hand. According to Prahlad's age and behavior, he was not to be justified. In Vedic culture, small children cannot be punished whatever they do. Small children, women, Brahmana cannot be punished in any situation in Vedic culture. They're always beyond, above law. But this idiot has got so much angry, he's forgetting the rules. Behavior is not to be justified, yet with the staring crooked eyes, Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with the following harsh words. Hiranyakashipu said, "O most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj." Generally a father gets angry when he sees the son is not obeying him. That's the Hiranyakashipu also. But Hiranyakashipu is like a demon. But this behavior is common everywhere. My son Prahlad, you rascal, you know that I am angry. All the planets of the three would tremble along with the chief rulers. When I get angry at anybody, Indra, whatever Devata, they tremble. Along with their planets, everybody trembles. By whose power a rascal like you have become so impudent that I appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you? Prahlad Maharaj said, "My dear king, the source of my strength is same as the source of yours, that is Vishnu. Indeed, the source of all the strength is Vishnu. Don't worry. My dear father, give up your demonic mentality. Do not discriminate in heart between friends and enemies." You see one beautiful instruction it gives. Except for the uncontrolled mind, there is no enemy within this world. You're only imagining enemies, my father. There is no enemy. Enemy is your uncontrolled mind. Such a fearless boy fearlessly speaks the truth. So he said, "My dear father, give up the demonic mind. Don't discriminate heart with enemies and friends. Make your mind occupied. You have only one enemy, your own uncontrolled mind." When in a former times, my dear father, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the sixth enemy, that steal away the wealth of the body. There are many fools like you, my father. They were not controlling six senses and tried to control the world. What's the use? I conquered all enemies in 10 directions, but they didn't control their own senses. If the person is victorious, sixth enemy, that is occupies, for him there is no enemy. Enemies are imagined by one in ignorance. You are only imagining enemies. All the Vishnu is the enemy, this is the enemy. Your enemy is your own mind, which is uncontrolled. Can't you see? Always you're drunk. You were actually always drunk. Hiranyakashipu replied, and that's what happens when you give instruction to an idiot, he becomes angry. That's the famous saying, never instruct an idiot, he'll become angry. You instruct a gentleman, he will thank you. Hiranyakashipu replied, see, imagine he becomes very angry. You rascal, you're trying to minimize the value as if you're better than me at controlling the sense. Always drunk and he's speaking like that. This is over intelligent. I will understand, therefore, only ahankara. Therefore, that you desire to die at my hand. For this kind of nonsensical talk, you indulge with those about to die. Oh, most unfortunate Prahlad, you always describe supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, who is all pervading. Where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is not present before me in this pillar? Like Prahlad Maharaj looking at the pillar, some Acharya said Narasimha actually already come because he was roaming around his huge sword. So Lord was feeling to give protection to this dear devotee. He had already come. So Prahlad looked at the pillars. Huh? So Hiranyakashipu couldn't see. So he said, is he present before in this pillar? Because his Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, he is present. Prahlad Maharaj is not scared. Is present pillar? Yes, my Lord is everywhere. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see a most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu was very great in bodily strength. The chastised and exalted devotee Prahlad with harsh word. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword and got up from the royal throne with great anger, struck his fist against the column. What is this pillar you're looking at? But he hit his hand. He was very powerful. And what happened? Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Oh my dear Yudhishthira, this covering reached even the abodes of demigods like Brahma. And when the demigod heard it, they thought, oh, our planets are now destroyed. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj is substantial, in other words, to prove the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. So the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai. After this, something I'll tell next class. I want to see that anybody has a question now. So who will take care? Somebody can take care. Today what we discussed Leela Prahlad Maharaj till appearance of Narasimha Deva and just mail to me so that I am in control what I am doing. My email ID is this. Okay, can somebody do that? And last class yesterday, what did we do yesterday? Yesterday we did Shistastaka and after that
Shistastaka and half of Hiren.
Okay, and today today also we have not finished. Now Prahlad Maharaj has offered beautiful prayers to Narasimha Deva. We will do next time. Amazing prayers. Okay. Okay, now any questions today? Then we close. We have 8 minutes more. Everybody, you feel this is the best way you want to hear like this with stories? You enjoy like this? Because see why you are able to enjoy this. Why you are able to enjoy this? I tell you why. Because you already understood Gita. Now you can understand. So your understanding is now improving. Okay, that's why I'm giving you. I'll expose to you 3 stories. One is of Prahlad, then one is of Ajamila, and then Bharat Maharaj. Okay, every week one story. Yes, any questions anybody has? Try to understand. Now you understand the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Now apply the teachings in the story. See, Bhagavad Gita is formulas. Bhagavatam is called examples. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I have one question. Did Prahlada had any past life?
Past life is not mentioned much of Prahlad Maharaj. He's a eternal great devotee because see, when you are in the womb of the mother, Narada came and said you cannot touch him. Definitely everybody has past life, but you can take this life. He showed exalted devotee nature. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah. When Maharaj is asking his father, first you control your 6 senses. Which 6 senses he is referring to? And when he says, I have already controlled the 10 senses in 10 direction, which one he is referring to?
Wait a minute. Not controlling 10 direction. You people say that they have conquered 10 directions, not 10 senses. Now the 6 senses is 5 senses. Okay, we know the eyes, this is Panchendriyas, but and the mind. Wherever it says 6, that means it includes the mind.
Okay.
Okay.
And
now
the
let
10,
us 10 directions.
Okay.
Not 10 senses. True, we can say always 10 directions, Karmendriyas and Gyanendriyas. Okay. See, I have conquered enemies in 10 directions. Correct? And 6 enemies, it says. Again, repeats only 6 enemies. That means the 5 senses and the mind, which is the 6 enemies. 6 enemies and also can be Kama, Krodha. These are 6 sisters and brothers. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. 10 directions, which are those, Prabhu?
10 directions, the Vedic way of telling cosmology. 4 directions, and then up and down, and then, in between. It becomes like a diamond shape.
Okay.
It's a Vedic way of explanation. Yeah.
Prabhuji, which 3 stories are we going to do? Prahlad Maharaj, Ajamila,
And Bharat Maharaj.
Ji Prabhuji.
Maharaj
Okay.
Bharat. Maharaj Bharat. So that has a very important principle of not being negligent in spiritual life. Bharat Maharaj would take birth as a deer. Correct? So that
Wow,
explains. Yeah. You know the pastime of Bharat Maharaj?
No, Prabhuji.
So we will read. I'm reading the translation from Bhagavatam. This all is. I have not added one letter. Exact shloka translation from Bhagavatam, so that you
Ji
can understand.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. So beautiful
Thank you,
Bhagavatam.
Prabhuji.
And actually, reading Bhagavatam is also very detailed. You have to read Bhagavatam. I'm reading for you like this, but actually, real study of Bhagavatam. Come see how it is. This is Bhagavatam. Okay. And you see in Bhagavatam, some canto say, it says we are studying first canto, okay? Chapter 1. And how we study, see? Can you see that? Every word we read. Can you see that? This is called study. You have to read every explanation. Well, that is called proper study. Now I am just giving you a taste. Once the taste is more, then you will yourself go to the enhance your taste, then you will personally say, it takes time. You have to spend at least 1 or 2 hours a day reading Bhagavatam, but your whole mind will change if you read. Correct? All your misunderstanding, understandings, everything is taken care. So you have to sit down peacefully every day, sit and read. Bhagavatam is very beautiful. But now I'm just giving you a taste. I gave you a taste of Bhagavad Gita, so you have to sit and read now. I'm giving you a taste of Bhagavatam. Yes.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Yes.
Hare
Any
Krishna.
question? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Any other question? Anybody?
Guruji, how many years he troubled by his father? Prahalad.
How many years? I am difficult for me to estimate, but I do not know whether it was very long, because he always a 5-year-old child only during that time.
Thank you, Guruji.
Have you heard about that? How many years the trouble went on? I do not know. But they
No
tried to
idea.
they tried to kill him in all the ways possible. But he never took any offense. Such a great personality, with always smiling. Never got angry at his father. Just like hate the sin, not hate the sinner. We say it like that. We say like that. No? Hate the sin, not the sinner. This father is called by Rajoguna, Tamoguna. He is an addict. Therefore, he speaks like this. He never took him seriously, but try to instruct him. Fearlessly try to instruct him without any fear. That is amazing. Okay, tell me, what all you learned from Prahlad today? What did you learn today? Something you can take home today from what we studied the past time.
Fearless and trust
Worshipping
on
of the bhaktis
Bhakti is
Strong
is
bhakti.
nine way of worshipping.
very good. So you are 16 rounder. Anybody 16 round chanter here in
No,
this group?
not yet, Prabhuji. Give blessings.
Nobody is 16 round chanter. Quickly.
No.
So anyway, try to increase to at least 4 rounds. So yeah,
Sure.
the bhakti is the 9.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So we learned something today. The 9 ways. Any other thing we learned today?
Even in any other situation, we must control our mind. We have to be focused genuinely on the chanting. Keep this thing.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I learned that Prahlada Maharaj had a staunch devotion towards Krishna. Even when he was thrown at various difficulties, back-to-back difficulties, he had that unshattered belief over Krishna.
And the belief worked every day, no? Not that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Amazing. He's very, very advanced devotee. Personally, Lord is protecting him. Personally, he's just like Draupadi Krishna protecting him every day. Nobody can touch him. He saved every moment Krishna is saving.
100% faith, then no fear.
Yes. Very advanced devotee. We cannot See, Prahlad Maharaj is a success story for us. You know, it's an inspiration for us. Correct? Bhagavatam talks about.
Hare Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My name is Megha.
What did you learn, Medha, today?
I chant 16 rounds.
Oh, we got one special soul. Where are you staying, Medha?
I'm staying in UAE.
Oh, you are in EA. How old are you?
I am 10 years old.
So everybody take inspiration from this. Megha,
Yes.
everybody please bless her. Huh?
Yes.
See, I
Congratulations.
mean, congratulations.
Congratulations, very nice.
Looks
Thank
like
you,
another,
Prabhuji.
God bless
what
you,
looks like
Megha.
another Prahlad Maharaj only. We can see you, Megha.
Girl
Your video
Prahalad.
is off. Your video
God bless you.
We got one. So Megha, Het is another small boy. Het, Hare Krishna, Megha. You're Megha only? Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Give my regards to your parents.
God bless you.
From this Prahlad story, I learned that if you are a devotee of Lord Vishnu, you should not fear anyone.
Yeah. Very good. You should not fear anyone. Why? Just like, see, hate, understand. Suppose a child is holding father's finger, correct? Sometimes the child will be holding father's finger. Then he's not scared of anybody. Anybody comes, hey, he's old, he has confidence because father will protect him. So like that, you should have full faith. Then there is no despair. Nobody can do anything. See, today everybody is scared of corona. Anna, they're feeling that maybe if I get sick, I will die. Everywhere they're reading, first day this happens. People are seeing that has happened to me and not. Once somebody was telling me, his taste was not coming. He got scared. He got it. But see, Prahlad Maharaj, no fear. So fear should not be there. Devotee means when you have fear, no, you don't have any qualities also at that time. Fearful man will not show quality. He will exploit everybody. Just like a drowning man, if you go near him, he grabs you. So qualities doesn't come when fear is there. We should be fearless, like Prahlad. See, Prahlad Maharaj was fearless. Therefore, he had what amazing qualities, and he was powerful. He's sitting in Gurukul, he's speaking, and everybody is becoming devotee. Yes, Megha, you also made all your friends as devotees. They have become devotees, your friends.
Yes, Prabhuji.
They become devotees. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, you have something to add? Mr. Janaki Ram? No, you are muted, sir. No, you are muted. Unmute yourself. No, you are muted, sir.
Is
Yeah.
Prahlad Maharaj blessed with immortality like Markandeya?
Prahlad Maharaj?
Blessed with immortality?
Was he blessed with immortality? Huh?
Yeah.
That I do not know,
Maybe
but at
this
least I know at that time he could not be touched because he was personally protected. He's a very, 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 very great devotee. Bhakta Prahlad is like anybody talks about him. Hana? He's a great example. So it is great inspiration for all of us. You see his character is spotless, so pure, so much in bhakti steep. He is feeling the happiness of Yogamaya. Therefore, Mahamaya cannot touch him. The more you advance, technically speaking, why is he behaving like that? He is under total protection of Radharani, which gives Yogamaya. He is in pleasure of love of Krishna. These all things are much beyond this.
Prabhu,
So
how is that?
if you chant Hare Krishna mantra intensely, gradually you will also get mercy. And once you get mercy of Krishna, then you can come to the, not by your mental effort you can come. Therefore, I am always begging, chant. You know, show to Krishna you want to become his devotee. Where do you show? Some practical activity. You know, not bhakti dil mein hai. Suppose you are in trouble, you go to your friend, yaar, I am in trouble, please help me. What he says? Bhakti dil mein hai. Then it is of no use. Please help me. So similarly, you say, I am a devotee of Krishna, I want to become devotee of Krishna, something we should do. So I just requested simple things. Sit down and chant. And attentively hear when you chant. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours is what I am requesting, but may not be practical immediately. Okay, half an hour. and simple practice. No? Just like whole 18 days now, 2 weeks you gave 1.5 hour. Now classes are not there for 1 week. Our class will be only on a weekend. The whole week you can sit down and chant, try to read Bhagavad Gita. Now your own self, you can try to read Prahlad Leela, Bhagavad Gita, chapter by chapter, word by word. And any questions you have, my email ID is there. Always feel free, you can write to me. Moment I get time, I'll reply.
Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhuji, I had just a question that after the death of Hiranyakashipu, then Narsimha did Narsimha take Prahlad to Vaikuntha?
No, he made him the king. He made him sit on his father's throne and made him the king. And not only that, all the Devatas celebrated. He's so great, Prahlad. Can you see? All the Devatas are celebrating. Lord Shiva has come, Brahma has come, Shukracharya also comes. He also praises. Everybody praises him, Prahlad. They made him the king. He's even the 5-year-old boy. He is fit to become a king. He knows everything. He knows how to run the kingdom. Nothing, no problem. Anna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, just a question. How is that Dhruva Maharaj was awarded with a separate planet and not Prahlad Maharaj?
He didn't ask, no. Prahlad didn't ask. Dhruva asked for a kingdom greater than his grandfather Brahma. Therefore, he got a special spiritual planet called Dhruva Loka. Dhruva Loka, even though in the metal world is eternal, Sanatana, it is greater than Brahma's universe.
Oh, he asked for it. Huh?
He asked. He didn't ask when Krishna appeared, but he went with that intention to the Lord. Mentally he was focused on that.
But he was one of the greatest devotees, Prabhu. How did he desire to have something?
That is a big story. We will do Dhruva's story sometime. Okay? He was insulted by his stepmother and then he wanted a kingdom. He went to ask for a kingdom. And when he saw the Lord, that desire vanished. That's a separate issue. But he went with that desire. He did tapasya. Sthana vilashi tapasistatoham. I wanted some sthana, my Lord. And I did tapasya. Tam praptavan deva munindra guhyam. But I got you, who are difficult to get even for devatas and muni. Kachan vichinnam api divya ratnam. I was looking for a piece of glass, but I got a diamond. You are so beautiful, my Lord. Swamim kartavasi varam na yache. I don't want anything now. But he has already desired. So Krishna said, don't worry. I'll give you that also. I'll give you everything. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, you told us how to chant at least 16 times the Hare Krishna mantra. What about reading the Bhagavad Gita? Can you just tell us how must we read it?
See, in a day, 24 hours are there. Long time. And in the 24 hours, 8 hours you have to give to your body, rest, bathing, feeding. Like then 16 hours are remaining. 8 hours you have to give to your profession. Either you're a homemaker or you're working outside. 8 hours are enough for that. Then still 8 hours are remaining. In that 8 hours, I'm saying 2 hours should go for chanting. At least 1 hour of reading. Still 5 hours extra you're having. So efficiency is 3 out of 8 also. You can make 30% efficiency also. You can get 3 hours out. But it is not certainly possible because we are entangled in so many unnecessary activities which gradually vanish away. So, see one thing. When you start chanting, no, one thing I tell you, all your friends will run away. You will be, पागल हो गई है तो क्या कर रही है ये? इसको तो साधु बनना है. इसको तो, they will tease you like this. All friends will run away. Isn't it? Am I telling lie or truth?
So, Prabhuji, we can read one chapter at a day.
One chapter a day, it is amazing if you can do. That takes 2.5 hours minimum. Careful reading. It takes a lot of time because there are 40 shlokas, no? It's already now you know the meaning. It is easy for you. You'll read fast because I've explained the meaning. Now, everything will fall along what I've told you. The essence I've told you of every chapter, correct? But still it takes reading. Even I read now, it will take me 2.5 hours because I read every word. And every time reading so many things which I don't understand this time, next time I understand. Oh, it is like that.
But the Sanskrit is difficult for me to understand.
No, that is easy. That's easy. See, because in our books, you see, you can see, can you see this? Now, seeing how I read, I've given you the example. Okay, you see this. This is, I'm reading Bhagavatam. But any book, say Bhagavad Gita. So here is Bhagavad Gita. See, if you do not find the e-books, please tell me. Okay? I will tell you how to download. E-books are available. Now you see this. This is some shloka somebody had asked. Can you see this? Shipram bhavati dharmatva shasha shantim negachati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. ISKCON is preaching worldwide. We know most of the people don't know Devanagari who are followers of ISKCON. If you know Devanagari, then the pronunciation is better because Devanagari, the words are very nicely given. Anna, in English, what you do, this is called phonetic marks. We put dots, see, Shipram bhavati dharmatma. The dash over A makes it dirgha. And dash below, dot below sa makes it short. So Shipram bhavati dharmatma sashva shantim nigachati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. Kaunteya, Arjuna, go and declare, my devotee will not perish. Then we read word of word meaning. Okay, Shipram means very soon, very nice. Bhavati. So everything, don't take advantage of the whole. Paka paka, you are getting ready work, your time is saved. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly, my devotee never perishes. This should not be misunderstood. Acharya is explaining. Nicely explains the purport. You read the purport. Make, just like I made notes, I make directly on ebook. Correct? So you can also do like that. Or if you are using a physical book, that don't, generally it's not good to mark on a physical book. You know, physical book is worshipped. Then you can write on a notes on a book, and something you have question, you can write. Isn't it nice to read like this, word by word?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So don't have to that you have to do one chapter in a day. You can do 10 shloka, whatever goes. Keep 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever time is there. But my request, keep yourself busy. And as you start, see, Bhagavad Gita is, I told you, more than a physical book, is the love of Krishna. Krishna's love letter. My dear child, come back home. That's what Bhagavad Gita is. So you'll feel love of Krishna as you start reading. It's not only some theory. Theory is one level. In initial people read like that. I understood all concepts of Gita. That's okay. Second level, it's the love of Krishna. You can feel it's a packet of love. You feel the love of Krishna. Krishna is inviting me. My dear Lord is inviting me. My dear child, come back. And the last, you see, it's a book of orders. It's the highest. The book not just of feelings of the Lord. It's orders of the Lord. Do this. Do this. We are noting the orders. You know, I am a servant of God. I should obey him. Just like Hanuman, if he is reading Bhagavad Gita, noting what order my Lord is giving. One more order is given, one more order is given. And he obeys all the order. That is the highest reading.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So start reading, slowly you will realize higher and higher.
Prabhu,
Yes.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita was spoken in Sanskrit or Devanagari, Prabhu?
Sanskrit. No, Sanskrit is also Devanagari. No? What's the difference between Devanagari and Sanskrit?
Yes, Prabhu. What would be the difference?
No, no difference. No, you created a difference. Sanskrit is called Devanagari because it is spoken in the Devas. Devata, if you go to meet Indra, he will be speaking in Sanskrit. Devanagari. This is not an ordinary language. If you want an inter-universe language, the scientists are also so foolish. They are so foolish. They should also speak in Devanagari. Because Devatas, even the computer, they know the computer will work very intelligent because Sanskrit has a perfect grammar. Very beautiful, scientific, logical. No, if you are, say, a linguist, I don't know, somebody is a language expert. If you study all the languages, you will conclude the greatest language is Sanskrit. All the people are concluded, no doubt. We inherit such a great civilization, you know. Be part of that. Just imagine the language. When I was in my college, somebody told me he had a class on Sanskrit. From the mouth, whatever sound can be created comes in that, and it comes in logical order. You know, like this you go, like this you go. I was stunned. I was an atheist at that. I said, yeah, the language is beautiful, no doubt. And all the languages in India are made from Sanskrit only. You take Kannada, Telugu, all are made from Sanskrit only. Kakka, gagga, everywhere it is same. Isn't it true?
Yes,
or Hindi, everything.
Thank you.
So it is derived from a beautiful language. This language is called Devanagari because Devatas also prefer to speak in this language. They can hear all your languages, don't worry, they're very intelligent. Like in Mangalore, I know everybody knows 5 languages. They know Tulu, they know Konkani, they know they know Kannada, they know Malayalam, and they know English, they know Hindi. 6, everybody. I don't know how they know there's so many languages. So Devatas are also more intelligent than Kannadigas or our Kulunadu people. They know all the languages. They easily can come. Not that you meet Indra, you have to scratch your head and you cannot communicate, you need a translator. No, Indra will say, speak, I can know. Krishna also knows all languages. Not that you are doing some seva to Krishna, you have to speak only in Sanskrit because he doesn't know any other. No, he knows all. Sometimes you forget a mantra where you're doing seva to the Lord. Speak in English. No, what is the problem? Speak in Hindi, whatever language you know. He understands all the languages. He understands language even of birds and animals. Krishna used to talk to even birds and animals. Chalo, it was nice today, everybody. Now, very nice to hear pastimes of Prahlad. Very purifying, very encouraging. Okay? And I'm happy that you people are taking it still. Okay? So please chant every day. And you meet next week.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. And any question, any comment, feel free. Now we are more closer. We are part of Bhakti Vriksha. Feel free and write to me. Okay, so we can improve anyway.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Anant Kodi Vaishnavinda ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.